Meta just fired 8,000 people. The same week, they reported the best quarter in the company's history, $56 billion in revenue. This is what a very profitable betrayal looks like. Why are thousands of some of the highest paid engineers in the world losing their jobs today? Let's start with the contradiction, because it's important. May 20th, Meta executes the largest single-day layoff in the company's history. 8,000 employees let go, 6,000 open roles permanently cancelled, 14,000 positions gone in one morning. On the same day, the company reports the best financials it has ever produced. $56.3 billion in revenue, $26.8 billion in profit in a single quarter. So Meta's CFO, Susan Lee, stood in front of investors and delivered the official reason. The leaner workforce would help offset, her words, other cost priorities. They need the payroll savings to pay for computers. Meta's AI infrastructure budget for 2026 between $125 and $145 billion. The savings from cutting 8,000 jobs? Analysts estimate roughly $7 to $8 billion a year, a rounding error on the compute bill. This is a deliberate trade. Humans for hardware, payroll for processing power. In Q1 alone, Meta committed $107 billion in new cloud and infrastructure contracts. They struck a $27 billion joint venture with Nebius for a massive AI data center campus in Louisiana. And separately, they're building Prometheus, a 1 gigawatt AI supercluster in Ohio. 1 gigawatt, that's enough electricity to power roughly 800,000 American homes. All of it is directed at running AI models. That's what Meta is constructing while handing out termination emails. But wait, the story gets really dark. Because some of the engineers who still have their jobs at Meta, they just found out they're being used in a way nobody told them about. In April 2026, a piece of software was deployed to the corporate laptops of US-based Meta employees. No company-wide memo, just a pop-up asking them to enable it. The program is called the Model Capability Initiative, MCI. It captures your every keystroke, every mouse click, every menu selection, every keyboard shortcut, and periodic screenshots of whatever's on your screen. Meta wanted to teach its AI agents how a real person actually uses software. The drop-down menus, the keyboard shortcuts, the 10-second workarounds that a senior engineer has burned into muscle memory after a decade. Nobody had ever recorded that before. The MCI does. In June 2025, Meta invested $14.3 billion for a 49% stake in Scale AI. Scale's founder, Alexander Wang, stepped down as CEO and joined Meta as its first ever chief AI officer, heading a new division called Meta Superintelligence Labs. Wang had previously identified the bottleneck in building AI agents that can handle complex white-collar work. The problem wasn't the architecture, wasn't the compute. Nobody had actually recorded how a skilled human navigates a real working environment. The intuition, the workflow, the judgment calls that don't live in any documentation. The MCI fills that gap. So what Meta is actually doing, if you follow it to its conclusion, they're keeping a portion of their workforce employed specifically to document how they do their jobs. That data feeds directly into Muse Spark, Meta's new AI model, and Hatch, their agentic AI assistant currently in internal testing. Hatch is literally designed to autonomously execute the kind of multi-step tasks that used to require a human sitting at a computer. The MCI is how it learns. Zuckerberg isn't just laying people off, he's extracting their knowledge first. So the people still employed at Meta found out they were being spied on, and they did something about it. By May 13th, the walls of Meta's offices in California and New York were covered in paper. Physical flyers, in meeting rooms, on vending machines, on top of toilet paper dispensers. The headline on each one, "Don't want to work at the Employee Data Extraction Factory?" Below that, a link to a petition citing the National Labor Relations Act. It was the most visible internal pushback Meta had seen in years, because for months employees had been watching this unfold. The layoff announcement came, then the MCI, then in late April, the next piece. 7,000 Meta employees received notice they were being reassigned. Not to new product teams, not to frontier model research, to newly created AI units, applied AI engineering and agent transformation accelerator, teams building AI agents designed to automate the exact workflows those same employees perform every day. Internally, employees had one word for it: The draft. Legal experts and former Meta employees told reporters they believe the framing was deliberate. Highly compensated engineers don't voluntarily leave $400,000 a year jobs easily, but a forced reassignment into work that feels misaligned, that's a different calculation. Every voluntary resignation saves Meta a 16-week severance payout. At those compensation levels, the math is elegant, if your definition of elegant involves a certain level of cynicism. While the average Meta employee took a $30,000 pay cut, Zuckerberg was offering outside AI researchers packages of up to $100 million a year. The message to the people already inside the building was not subtle. Your skills belong to yesterday. We're paying for tomorrow's. In the UK, employees began organising with United Tech and Allied Workers, UTAW, a branch of the Communication Workers Union. Their recruitment site, leanin.uk, a direct reference to former COO Sheryl Sandberg's best-selling book about workplace empowerment. Nobody inside Meta missed that one. And Meta isn't doing this alone. What's happening inside that company right now is a preview of what's coming for the entire industry. Zoom out, guys. Because this isn't a Meta story. In the first 5 months of 2026, over 138,000 tech workers across the industry lost their jobs. Amazon, 16,000 corporate roles cut in January. Middle management restructured out. Microsoft, 8,750 employees targeted through a voluntary buyout program they called the Rule of 70. Your age plus your years at the company had to add up to 70 to qualify. Snap, 1,000 people gone. And Snap's CEO gave a reason no major tech executive had ever said publicly before. 65% of Snap's code is now generated by AI. The stock went up 11% the same day. Oracle, automated termination emails sent to thousands of employees to fund its own AI data center build-out. That Snap stat is worth sitting with. 65% of new code at a software company, written by machines. The company that said it out loud is not the only one at that number. It's just the one that admitted it. Glassdoor's employee confidence index for tech workers just fell to 47.2%, below 50. For the first time, more tech workers don't feel confident about their job than do. Glassdoor's chief economist noted something worth sitting with. Natural attrition in tech has slowed. People aren't quitting voluntarily because the job market outside is too uncertain, so companies can't wait for people to leave on their own. They have to actively remove them. But here's the question nobody has a good answer to yet. Is Zuckerberg actually right? Is this going to work? Or is Meta about to make one of the most expensive mistakes in corporate history? 3 theories are running through developer forums, legal circles, and investor calls right now. Theory 1, the self-replacing worker. The MC captures something no public dataset contains. How a skilled human navigates a real working environment under real pressure. The instincts, the shortcuts, the 10-second decisions that don't live in any documentation. Once that knowledge is inside the model, the engineers who generated the training data become redundant. The layoffs happening now may not be the end of the story. They may be the announcement of the pattern. Theory 2, the draft as attrition engineering. Forcing elite engineers into roles they didn't sign up for is either a clumsy org decision or a precisely designed exit ramp. Every engineer who quits in frustration is a 16-week severance package Meta doesn't have to pay. At $400,000 average total comp, that's a meaningful number. We just exposed that staff are being used to train the AI models that will replace them. Theory 3, the Warn-Act gamble. Under US federal law, companies are required to give 60 days written notice before a qualifying mass layoff. Meta filed warn notices for fewer than 200 employees, while cutting 8,000. Legal analysts believe Meta ran the numbers. 60 days of notice on 8,000 employees at those compensation levels is an enormous liability. But 8,000 people with full access to Meta's systems for 60 days while they know they're being fired? Come on. Meta apparently calculated that risk was more expensive. So what happens if the AI agents don't work as fast as Zuckerberg needs them to? Meta has just dismantled decades of engineering muscle memory, and the CFO herself admitted on the earnings call that they don't even know what the right size of their workforce is in an AI world. That's not a strategy, that's a bet. And 8,000 people just paid the price for the chips on the table. We all know what Meta is doing isn't new. Every major industrial shift automated something. The cotton mill displaced the hand weaver, the assembly line reshaped manufacturing. Both took decades. This is happening in months. And the engineers inside Meta's offices know it. That's why there are flyers in the bathrooms. The real question isn't whether AI replaces jobs. It's who decides the timeline, and whether anyone's in the room to slow it down. If you want to understand where this is going, not just for Meta, but for your career in tech, subscribe. We cover this stuff before it hits mainstream headlines. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how these AI agents are being built and which jobs are actually safe. You might be surprised by the answer. Do you think Zuckerberg's bet pays off, or does this backfire? Drop your take below.